A passenger that passed out drunk, I could have taken advantage of. And this ending will shock you. People ask me how I deal with drunk passengers. Oftentimes, nothing happens on the ride, but sometimes you do get the sleepy drunks. This story is a reminder to us all to protect ourselves even when we're drinking. You never know what kind of cab drivers you might get that might take advantage of you or your body. So once I picked this passenger, and as soon as they got into the car, I could immediately smell the alcohol. This person, I admit, had a nice face, very nice body, probably would turn some heads in crowded places. Not to mention the choice of clothing that day didn't leave much to the imagination. With nice flowing hair, very pleasant features, I wouldn't be surprised if our inebriated night rider was a model. The conversation started off casual, but slowly turned towards a more sexual nature. I didn't want to pursue this line of conversation as I didn't want one thing to lead to another and have this suggestive seducer misread my intentions. The chatter then dissipated and I could see this customer fall asleep in the back seat. Upon reaching our destination, I stopped the car and tried to inform the sleepy subject that we have arrived. I tried raising my voice to get their attention, but that was futile. So I had to get creative as I didn't want to strain my voice, and started blasting rock music as loudly as my speakers could afford for about 10 minutes, but this too fell on deaf ears. At this point I did think to myself, had there been some other, more sinister, more evil driver, they could have exploited this opportunity to have ravaged this young, succulent body. Sometimes the pleasures of the flesh may be too overwhelming to bear. But I can assure you, dear viewer, at no point was I ever tempted. At no point did I stray from my faith. In fact, I actively avoided touching the body so as to not be accused of any wrongdoing. It had been a full 15 minutes already since I've arrived at the destination, and I already heard Chop Suey 3 times on full blast. I decided to try a last resort. I used an umbrella to poke the arm of the passed out. Thankfully, this worked. Payment was made, door was being opened. Finally, we can put this long ride to an end. And as a parting message, I said, "Sir, it's raining today. Better button up, you don't want to catch a cold."